Hi, how's it going? Here's my vlog for January 26th, 11:48 in the morning on Sunday. I'm currently getting the QR code on ChatGTP for the CIA World Factbook pages. From my website, I want to get the QR code on my whole site. I did some other pages, and then my whole timeline. And yeah, now I'm doing the factbook page and whatever other pages have a lot of pages. And it's also a good way to kind of revisit my site, because like the education page and how it links to the different pages, because yeah, I kind of don't do that in my daily life. I don't actually use my site because it's just not developed enough. Like, that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm working on it now, because it was way too, I couldn't use it as a timeline when I wanted to take those tests, because it was just too, yeah. Too many like broken links and everything. So yeah, now I'm zooping around, and I was trying to look at the all the different Google Earth pages, and I was like having trouble getting to those. It wasn't working all that clearly, so I'm gonna have a look at see how that navigates around, because I get to click on all of my pages and see if the links work. There were a bunch of pages on the CIA World Factbook page that didn't link, like 10 of them or something, or more, a dozen of them. So I'll go and deal with that later. But I think I'm like on the J's. I'm on the G's right now. I think I just did like Guyana. So it goes pretty fast. You'd still have to remember to start a new chat after like, I don't know, half hour or whatever, if I'm doing it constantly, because it gets slower if the conversation you're on gets really big. So just start a new one. So after I'm done with these Will Factbook, I'll start another chat to do the rest of my website. Yeah, because the way that I got started on this was yesterday. I went over to my mom's house to try to do job hunting stuff. And actually, the thing that I'm like really obsessed about right now is I want to go and look into increasing my HELOC, man. I want to increase my HELOC loan. Yeah, because maybe that could get me. I could borrow enough, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the taxes, and then I could go back into float mode that could last until maybe I could get money from like a foundation or get the teaching license. Yeah. So the 2 classes. So yeah, I was over at my mom's house, and the thing that I wanted to do, because I got up yesterday kind of depressed, kind of late and depressed, and all I wanted to do was I didn't want to fill in applications. There's a bunch that I need to still fill out, like website profile for job sites, but I just wanted to create my business card, because I've never built a business card for some reason, and yeah, I wanted to make one like for my site, and I got on there, and Yeah, I started watching a tutorial about how to build business cards with InDesign. I was just going to follow along with what he was doing, and then I was doing a thing, and all of a sudden a video popped up in InDesign. I played it, and some dude's like, "Hey, yeah, don't forget you can do AI. And see, look, just type whatever, and it makes it." I'm like, "Really?" So you can type like how they have an image generator, like on ChatGTP. They have that on InDesign, and I don't know, maybe I haven't seen the ad on Photoshop, but so I typed rainbow spiral, and yeah, it put this like rainbow spiral on my car that looked like a inflated rainbow spiral. It looked really cool, and I was gonna continue to watch what he was doing and stuff, and but then it popped into my head. I don't know how it popped into my head. But all of a sudden I was like, man, like, does ChatGTP do, or is there a way that I could do QR codes? Because I've never even built a QR code. I'm like, how do you even do QR codes? What is that? You see them in stores and stuff around, and I've put my phone up to them and I've seen how they work and everything. And so I just asked ChatGTP, like, how do you do QR codes? And it's like, oh, you want me to do make a QR code for you? Okay. So I put it for my website, and it popped out this image, this square image with the black and the white squares inside. So the black squares inside with the white background, and yeah, I held my phone up to it, took me to my website. So I was like, wow. I made it for some other pages on it. I held up to it, and it didn't, but that was, I think, because my internet wasn't good enough or something at my mom's house. But I copied whatever the URL was, and it took me to the right spot, and I was like, oh my God, it worked. So I asked it how small you can make a QR code, for the phone to read it, like on the computer screen and on like a text, like for a business card. And it said 0.8 inch on printed text and 1 inch for computer screen. And but the thing about the computer screen is, the way that my website operates is it's built for you to like double tap it all the time, right? And so, Jesus, my little guy's jumping around. So like you could double tap it, how you do all the time, where you look up at the image, the icons of the different regions, and you can, at that point it gets bigger, and you can just take a picture of it then, or a screen capture. And I tested it, and it works. So I went to the page on my cell phone, I zoomed it up on the cell phone, took a picture of it, screen captured, took it, and then held it up to see if it worked, and it worked. I think ChatGPT says that the resolution of it has to be at least 300. Like the more simple ones can be smaller. Like my website's pretty simple, but just in case you have really deep ones, or it's at least up to 300. So yeah, ChatGPT creates them in 470 by 470 pixels. So 300 doesn't bring them down all that much. It makes them half. But after I collect all of them, I'm gonna send them through the batch editor in Photoshop to get them down to, I guess, 300. No, I'll get them down to whatever size I can get them to work with when I zoom it up on both my cell phone and my computer. I can comfortably do it and feel confident about it can do it in anything. a reasonable size, maybe 200 or something, or smaller. I don't know. And then get them, batch edit them down to that size, and then I could then be ready to install them on my timeline. I could put them just to the right of the subregion, and it's interesting because I was just the other day, I was pasting my timeline, like updating all of them, and I don't do batch edits on those because it's kind of too sketchy. They're too big, and could be confusion, and also they're also too big. It's too slow, and it just doesn't work. And there's too many different kinds on each one that's different, and so I just paste them on, and I was pasting on all of the new ones for the subregions because I had a new image. I decided to put the image of the subregion next to the name of it in the middle, only bigger, like 32 or 50 pixels. Yeah, like 50 pixels, because they're 20 pixels inside of the link. So it kind of helps you show you where you are, and then you can see the two next to each other, how one's bigger than the other. And there was space for it because it was just I had it abbreviated so much. Like Central Asia would just C-AS. So I was pasting all those on, and then also not all of them had the arrows for the like the time superimposition. I have those for everything, but I only built them for the 500 year across pages of my timeline. I haven't built the ones for more extended history yet, but you can. I might as well, at the risk of getting sidetracked, I'll probably get myself back on track. I'll explain what those are. It's like where you can click and it shows like patterns of things and how fast they go, like on top of it. So like if you're in my regular timeline that goes 500 across, or it's 100 across for the columns, and you click on the past and future, instead of seeing the real past and future of what happened, you can superimpose it for like all the different things. So I had like generations, and then like you could do accent changes, and maybe genetic changes and stuff like that. And then for the longer history ones, you could do like growth of of the Earth on the estuary as rivers grow the Earth out into the sea. You know how the Roman harbor is now like more than a mile inland than it used to be. Their harbor. And in the Middle East, the Tigris and Euphrates River has been growing out that, and so I made a map for that actually already on Google Earth. So all that kind of stuff, and you can superimpose those on stuff. So anyway, that's what those were for. But I was pasting those on, and but then I was thinking to myself, man, there's room for something on the right, because I have the image of the subregion on the left, and then I have the arrows on either side of the rainbow subregion and the big font, and then there's this space, and it's kind of looked lopsided, and now it's like, oh duh, just for the same exact size of the image of the subregion, I could paste, that's where the QR code of the page will be for the timeline. And at first I was like, I was bummed because I couldn't do it because it wasn't big enough, but then I remembered, no, you just zoom in the page and then you take the picture of it there. So by double tapping on it. So and then on the other pages of my website, I'll find spots to put it. So because it doesn't have to be that big, you just double tap and it gets bigger. So yeah, so the reason that why you would want to have a QR code is so you can, it's an easier way to navigate around the page. around my website, you know, like, especially my website, because it's really big, and you know, you could kind of, and it also has a different design that people aren't used to. And so you kind of have to get used to it. You have to get used to the design and then like learn where everything is. And so if you want to kind of direct people to just the most important pages directly, you can use the QR codes for that. And so that's what I was thinking about that. Oh, that's how I was thinking about QR codes. It was for I was working on the business cards because I wanted to put one on the business card. So I want to have my business card where it's a rainbow spiral with my name, a picture, you know, website. And then on the back side is like 5 columns down, like how my website is. And then the list of stuff that I have. And that's my business card. And maybe like 5 QR codes on the back, if the time, or a couple QR codes. And then one on the front. And then I was like, maybe I could make an origami one. And I saw, because so that could store more. And I saw one like thing on YouTube where somebody made something that spins around and around. I should buy it actually. Well, no, I don't have money. If I had money, I'd buy it. I didn't look how much they were, but yeah, I put them on those all around. But then I thought to myself, oh wait, let's just build one. To, you know, because I have business cards here, like blank ones, and so I came up with this idea. So this is like a business card that I would actually sell for money on my website. And then like I would build another business card that I would give away to people for free that I'd carry around in my wallet. But like this would be the front of my business card, and then that would be the back of my business card, and my regular business card with this rainbow spiral and the list of things that I have. And but I would give this away to people who like I need something from, like somebody I'm interviewing for a job, or like as a Christmas present or something, you know, family member, or somebody who's interested in it. But yeah, like because it's the size of a business card, so you can stick it inside of the of your wallet. But it can also hold 64 QR codes that I think are big enough for the phone to read. So I designed it so that you could open it up like this. Looks like a Star Wars X-Wing fighter. So you put the QR codes on both sides of all of that on the inside. Now those little ones on the inside are big enough to put QR codes on, so you could put 4 down. 4 down. So 4 on one side of those little ones and 4 on the other. And then so like that would include the QR code, and on the bottom it would list what it's for, obviously. And so then the whole thing closes like this. Yeah. So I forgot to tell my mom about that when I called her this morning. So that's the other thing that I did last night. So 64, yeah, now I can choose between 64. So now I can, so like if I'm talking to somebody about my website, I could talk to them for like a long time, like an hour or something. And I could be, okay, remember those things? I could be like, well, because there's 64 of them, I could be like, well, each and every one of them is on here. And all you have to do is take a picture of it with your phone, zoom in on it with your phone, and it'll go right to that page. And I could explain onto this thing, like where each of those things I was talking about was. And so that if they're like, oh yeah, what was that thing? They could just zoom in on it, and they can carry this around in their wallet. And then they can practice, linking around on the site. And then they eventually wouldn't need this anymore. And then they can give it away. Or you could kind of like, because it's cute looking, you could put it up as like a decoration somewhere. I don't know. So, yeah. So instead of, I just kind of quit the business card thing when I started doing this, and then I came back here I'll watch some more episodes of Outlander. Maybe I'll go back to my mom's house just to do that. But she was going on errand. My mom is gonna. So my mom says that, and I agree that my website is geared towards autistic people because it's the design of it and the goal of it is to make you, omniscient, make you be able to memorize everything, like memorization tool. And that's what autistic people are about, and memorizing it. Like Rain Man, you can memorize the phone numbers of every name in the phone book, and the real life Rain Man could memorize every day of like what day it was for every year, match the days and the dates. And then there was this dude here in Boulder who was like a street performer on Pearl Street when I was like in high school, or college, he would stand there and like you would call out like a name of wherever you came from, and he would tell you the zip code of it. But so yeah, to do that with history, I want to design a website to teach people and for people to test themselves doing that. So you click on a period of history, and it says, and you can do the link from the horizontal to the vertical. I have it on England, North Europe, 1500 to 2000. If you want to try it out, it's on my cell phone. Maybe I should do a demo because it's always open on my cell phone. Oh no, my internet is like all slow. Oh, here we are. So that's horizontal. You want to know what those different images mean, so you just click on it and then it tells you. And then you hit the back button to get back. Yeah? And then you can move forward and backward in time going like that way, or different countries going that way. So, oh man, did I just lose my train of thought? Oh yeah, the QR codes. So, I decided to just try to finish that but it's also helping me look at my site again, click around at the site and have to be able to navigate and make sure all of the pages I can link to and that all the links are fixed, because just like with my timeline, I'm looking at my timeline and I'm here like, oh my God, how can these pages not be consistent? And I just bailed again right now on my timeline. So if I don't circle back around, I'll come back into it. That's totally incomplete. But it's the same thing with this education page, which is just like such an important page. It's like, yeah, I still, I guess, haven't honed in all of the linking on it yet. I need to do that. I guess I'll do that right after I punch in all of these QR codes. I'd really, like to not have to get a job and increase my line of credit, because I feel like I'm really close to getting the website to a place where I can do a demo on it, and then I could be impressive enough to get a grant, educational foundation grant. People understand what I'm talking about, and then I'd have the time to write it and stuff. But my mom is insisting that I get a job first, so I applied for there's still a lot more of applications that I need to do. I'll do that tomorrow. So maybe, hopefully I can get through with all of these, visit every page on my site today and get the QR codes of it. I'm only like a third of the way through the CIA World Factbook page, but I don't think there's that many pages that have like that many pages on them. Sections that have that many pages. Man, because I'm smoking weed again, and this weed's about out. I blew $30, but I can't remember when it was. I could look in my bank statement to see, because I'm curious, because it's lasting me a while. That's all I have in that one. And Yeah, where's the other one? The other one's almost empty too. I'll probably run out today actually. And I've been staying as baked as I needed to, but the problem is like I get really bad asthma at night, and I have to take my Advair like twice a day now, once or twice a day. And I called in for a prescription for Advair at my pharmacy across the street, and in the supermarket. And I went in there. He's like, okay, so that'll be $410, and I'm like, fuck, because I had Medicaid before, and it was only $3 for those, and I tried to stock up on them, but I was kind of lazy, and I didn't go in as often as I could. I should have gone in, like, but I'm starting to run out. I only have 3 left that are like, I only have like 15 left in them each, and then I have some like salbutamol inhalers, but they're all expired. They're all like more than 5 years old, like years expired, and yeah, to not have it, like I wake up at night with asthma, barely breathe, and my mom says that there's these other programs I can sign up for, so I need to do that quick. Sign up for some other way to get a discounted Advair or something like Advair. Yeah, because my health plan's $110 a month, and that's like as much as I can pay. So, or I'll have to just quit weed. But even if I quit weed, I'll have the asthma, and hopefully it'll go away. But I didn't quit long enough. But if I quit weed, I won't be able to work on the website like this. So I'm trying to check it out. My ferret and my bird are right next to each other. The tree. But if I have a job, I could afford it, or if I get increase my HELOC, maybe I could get and afford like some other program to get the inhaler. But yeah, if I'll just have to quit weed and start exercising again, because I need to exercise anyway. But that's like how I operate with my website. I kind of discover a new thing that I try to finish. I'm like, oh my God, I can't, basically. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe how messed up this is. Let me fix it. And then I try to get to the stopping point. And so in this case, I'm trying to fix the template of my timeline so that I can, and not the ancient history timeline, but the AD timeline and BC time, the recorded history timeline in future. So I can put the ChatGPT stuff on there that I created. And but now I'm like realizing how much work it is. And, I can only go like usually a couple weeks or a month at a time, depending on how, like if I had, if I was more physically fit and I had money, I'd just like blast through this, but I'd like to. But yeah, like, so that I'm basically doing it right now, trying to blast through this, but I don't think I can. I'm going to finish it. So that's what happened yesterday. My computer stopped being able to do like 3 different things that it should have been able to do, that impeded my ability to increase my templates to include all of the countries. But then I realized there's plenty of other stuff I could do. It just takes 15 minutes to open all of them, but that's not a big deal. Just spend the 15 minutes, open it all. And then I could just do the rest of it for all the other countries. But now I have those QR codes to attach to all of that. So it's another thing that's worth going in there and doing. And it's something I have to do individually. You can't batch edit those in because each QR code is different for each page. So so I'm glad that I'm building these QR codes before I'm done with all that, because there's, out of the 20 pages, including world, which I don't think I have to do that with. Yeah, I do, but it's not as, yeah. There's 6 left. So for 6 of them, I get to do the whole thing, including this QR code, and then I'd circle back around and do it. But For the rest of them, I'd like to, but yeah, I don't know how much longer that'll be. Yeah, so I applied for some kind of a job over at I think like shipping and receiving, and so another, and then like a store welcoming job over at Target. I'm at the point right now where I don't really care what kind of job I get as long as it's not that far away. But I told my mom that I applied for a janitor job at 24 Fitness because I saw that on the Boulder Workforce website. And I got excited about that because it's across the street. Oh no, I'm running out of space. I have 4 minutes. And I was in the gym, actually, the last time I was in the gym a while ago, before I started on this, 100%. But I saw some dude walking around with this, like, vacuum backpack, vacuuming. And I was thinking to myself, oh, man, that'd be a cool job to have. Because, you know, he was just listening to music. I could listen to audiobook and just zone out and just vacuum. But, my mom is like all mad because she's like, no, you can't have that as your last job on your resume. And also, it's not enough money. It was $16.75 an hour, which is it's the least paying job of all the ones I've seen. And they're like shiesty over there, but she's like, yeah, but then they take taxes, so it's like you get 13, so it's like you get $3 every 15 minutes, yeah, so. But the thing is, if I got that job and it was part-time, it would stave off the crash. Like, at least I wouldn't have a catastrophic, like, not be able to pay my taxes situation. So anyways, that's what I'm going to look into, increasing my HELOC tomorrow. And, yeah, filling in these other job boards, all these job sites. Because I was only doing Indeed, and that wasn't working. So I'm going to go and sign in to all the other ones and finish my application and all that stuff. So all the jobs, and make sure to put like all of them though, because they allow you to put them all. So, but you know, it's getting like exposure for my website. My website jumped up another, you know, it broke from 66 up to 66, 68 just in a few days. But oops, but then yesterday, there's my little ferret. Whoa. Whoa. Got him. Hey. But then it stopped growing. And then, yeah, I even had a video that had 660 hits on it in one day. And then somebody commented and said, you're getting people trashing you on Reddit. And I'm like, really, where? But then they never commented, so. And then I got like a bunch of hits, but then only like 3 from yesterday, so. Anyways, that's my video log for the day. I'm going to go back and smoke the rest of this weed, dude. Hopefully the weed will last long enough for me to get done with maybe my website, getting these QR codes, because it's tedious. Oh, I finished my book, Revolution 2.0, about the revolution in Egypt. That was hard to get through it because it was those books that are like sobs, like, you know, a lot of sad stuff happening, tragic things happening, or whatever, a lot of drama from first-hand account are kind of hard to get through, like that cobalt mining in Ghana was hard too, in Congo. But I got through that one, and now I'm going to choose another one on my Audible to start listening to it. Yeah, my birds are like obsessed with my plants, and I haven't cleaned up my apartment yet from all the mess my birds are making. So now my birds, yeah, they discovered my plants, and whatever. It's fun for them. So anyways, I'm about to run out of time. Talk to you tomorrow.